Football season is here, and soon we'll hear from all 22 teams in the Oakland Activities Association. This is OAA Football Live. Hello and welcome to OAA Football Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. I'm Tyler Kieft, live at Rochester High School, where today all 22 teams from the Oakland Activities Association will go under the microscope and introduce themselves to their competition prior to the 2025 high school football season. Here's what's going to happen. We're moments away from the event beginning, where each team will introduce themselves, the head coach or another member of their staff will talk. We'll hear from some of the players, usually those upperclassmen, that veteran leadership. And then we'll have a chance later on to talk to some of the players from these teams. You'll hear from your West Bloomfield Lakers in the latter part of the program. All 22 teams will be featured today, including your West Bloomfield Lakers. We're just going to go right ahead and get started. We'll now go live to the podium where Rochester High School football coach Eric Vernon kicks things off at OAA Football Media Day.
Okay, we'll get started with the program here. If I get everybody's attention, please. I want to welcome everybody to Rochester High School here. My name's Eric Vernon, head football coach here at Rochester. We're honored to be able to be hosting this OAA media event this year. We say it every single year, but you look at the OAA from top to bottom, it is one of the strongest leagues, program-wise, player-wise, coaches-wise, you're going to find anywhere in the state. It's great to be able to get together as a league before we start our competition, and so we appreciate everybody being here. Before we kind of get started with some stuff, and before I explain it, we have a special guest speaker today. We're gonna invite Bob Check, a signer of officials, up to the podium. He's got to talk a little bit about a couple different things. He said it's going to be real quick, but if everybody give Mr. Check a round of applause, please.
Thanks, Coach. I will be very brief, guys. Again, my name is Bob Check. I'm the guy that schedules all your officials for all your games. First off, coaches, if you're going to have a scrimmage this year and you need officials, make sure you have your AD call me. Some of you have called, some I'm not sure, but if you need officials for your scrimmage, let me know. We want you guys to know that we as officials, we know you work very hard during the week, very hard at practice. And we try to do the same thing. We as officials, we go to meetings, we go to clinics, we watch film. I watch film all the time. So we want to make sure that we're in position to work your games to make the right calls. Now, do we always get them right? No, we don't always get them right, believe me. But the effort is always there, the training's there, and everybody wants to try to do a really good job. So that's the most important thing. The main reason why I came here today is the average age of officials in Michigan is like late 50s or 60s, old guys like me. What we really need is some new, younger people. So I'm reaching out to all you guys. If when you get ready to graduate, if you think about becoming registered with the MHSAA, I schedule all the football, all the girls and boys basketball, and all the baseball and softball in the OAA. If you want to become an official, all your ADs and all your coaches have my phone number. Tell all your friends, too. If they want to get registered, have them call me. I will get you in touch. I will get you registered with the MHSAA. I will train you, and I will put you to work. You can work as many games as you want. It's a great job for, if you're going to college in town or anything else. You're not going to get rich, but you're going to be part of the game. You're going to stay active, and we need younger people. Like I said, most of the guys are older, like my age, so that's really all I have to say. I hope everybody has a successful, injury-free season and enjoys themselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Okay, before we call the first team up, one thing I'd like to do again, I want to thank, first of all, the media for showing up today. What we do, obviously there's a lot of reasons why we do what we do. We love working with kids. We're competitive. We love the sport of football. But we really appreciate the time and the effort that you as a media put in to get our kids out, get our programs out, get the word out, and to highlight a lot of great kids, a lot of great athletes, and the hard work that they put in. I'd also like to take a second to thank my athletic director, Dean Allen, for setting this up. This is his 8th year, I think, doing this now with us, helping set up, ordering the food, getting the word out, doing all that stuff. Very thankful for him for doing that, as well as I want to thank my principal, Josh Wrinkle. He's probably one of the best principals you're ever going to work for. He's very supportive of athletics and the students, and very appreciative of all the support that he gives this program and gives the athletes here. How this is going to work today, we'll go in order of the packet. If you're a media member, the packets are on the chairs there. Every coach should have it. We're just going to go in order right here. We'll call up a team, and you come on up, talk for a couple minutes about your team, about your players. Then we'll move on, and at the end, there'll be an opportunity for media members to walk around and talk to different teams, different players and coaches, and so forth. So to kick the event off, first up, I'd like to welcome Coach Carlisle from Avondale High School. He's going to take the podium here. Coach Carlisle.
Good afternoon. It's a privilege and honor to be here at the OAA Media Conference. It's my first year at Avondale here, and I just want to piggyback on what they said about the OAA being a great conference with players and coaches and teams. I was ambassador the past 3 years, and by far the OAA is going to be a lot better than the Greater Thumb Conference just on logistics alone. It'll be nice to go to a away game 20 minutes away instead of an hour and a half commute there and an hour and a half commute back. So we're really excited. I'd like to introduce my players and my assistant head coach and defensive coordinator, Ben Scott. I've got senior running back and linebacker Anthony Burton. I've got senior O-line, D-line, Paul Sherbarth. Junior quarterback Brock Taylor. Junior center offensive lineman is Vance Flores. Senior wide receiver, David Edmonds, and then senior offensive lineman and defensive lineman, Caleb Johnson. So these young men have worked hard during the summer. We're really excited where we've been and where we can go. Offensively, we'll be running the spread offense with some power run concepts. Defensively, we'll be in 40 fronts. Brock's going to do a good job kicking for us with special teams, hopefully. So we're looking forward to that. Hopefully we don't have to punt too much, or we enjoy the kickoffs and the PATs more than anything else. But we've had a great summer, like I said. The schedule's going to be pretty tough. I ain't going to lie to you. I mean, our first 3 games are brutal. We go to Cedar Springs, and then we got Seaholmes, who's really, really good, and then we got Lutheran North. So we got our work cut out for us. So we're looking forward to the challenge, and we're ready to get at it. So again, thanks for being here, and thanks for having us. A big OA fan now. I'll be wishing all you guys the best of luck, except if you're playing me that night, then I'm not. But again, have a safe summer and have a great season. Thank you. Quick enough?
Appreciate it. Yeah, all right, that's great. Yeah. Okay, a couple other quick little reminders. I want to make sure that the volume for this is up about as high as it can. So as coaches, please try to keep it as close to the mouth as you can so we can hear you. And then also this microphone right here is hooked up, and so I've been asked to make sure that as a coach, if you can kind of stay behind the podium so that they can pick it up for the telecast, that'd be great as well. Next up, we are going to welcome Coach Humes in Berkeley High School. Thank you. Yes, sir.
I want to say thank you guys for welcoming us out back to the OAA Media Showcase. Second year as the Berkeley High School head coach. Last year we went 2-7. We're looking to change the program with the seniors we have this year. We have about 18 or 19 seniors. Senior offensive lineman, defensive lineman Anthony Brackle. Senior offensive, defensive lineman Colin Richardson. senior offensive tight end and defensive lineman, Bobby Wade. Eli Corey is a senior captain, 3-year captain, going to be a 4th-year captain this year. He plays defensive back for us. He also plays linebacker and running back. And then we have Lucas Schwinn, senior as well. He plays receiver and defensive back for us. This year, like I said before, we're just looking to build on what we started last year. With this being my 2nd year, I'm hoping to increase the win total and kind of make a push to win our league this year. And hopefully this year we can try to host a playoff game. These guys have put in a lot of work. Since freshmen, I've been able to coach these guys as their JV coach to start, and then now as their varsity coach now. It's been a pleasure. They've been working really hard, and I think they have the rest of the guys in a good position to get camp rolling this next week and to kind of, make some noise in this OAA goal. I think that's really the outlook we have so far. We got a couple young guys that'll be able to participate and give us a little boost on our offense and defense as well. So it's just about for us building and continuing to grow this program. We're probably the smallest outside of Pontiac as far as player enrollment. We're just trying to grow our program. I know we lose a lot of kids to different sports with us being a major soccer team, but to have these guys here who've been 4-year football players, I think it just speaks to what we're growing here at Berkeley High School, and we just hope to continue to do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Okay, next up, representing the OAA White Division, we have Coach Flaherty in Groves High School.
Good afternoon. My name is Brendan Flaherty. I'm the coach at Groves. Want to thank Coach Vernon, Rochester, hosting this. It's fantastic. Thank the media for coming and supporting and growing high school sports, particularly high school football and OAA football. Big shout out to Sammy and all the stuff he does to make OAA cool and relevant, and I appreciate the extra efforts. I'm going to turn the mic. Let my senior guys brought something up with me, and they're going to introduce themselves and their positions.
Lavelle Shannon, senior quarterback.
Dominic Taylor, running back, linebacker.
Joshua Hammonds, DN tight end.
Leland Swanson, center.
Gage Waters, kicker and punter.
Mateo Andrano, O-line, D-line.
So I think everybody talks about the OAA, and I haven't been coaching any other leagues, so I don't know what other leagues, I don't know. Got Coach Merchant's back, so he can probably speak maybe more of all the leagues, and welcome Coach Merchant. But here's what I do know. In this league, I don't care what division it is, you got to work your tail off to have a chance to win. You got to work your butt off throughout the winter and the summer and all that stuff just to have a chance to win. And that's the cool thing about this league. I mean, it's a challenge. You got to bring it every Friday night. Every Friday night, everybody's got a chance up and down the league. So we're looking forward to the chance, looking forward to the challenge. Wish everybody luck unless you play us, but everybody stay healthy. Go.
Thanks. Great job. Appreciate it, bud. Next up, representing the OAA Blue Division, Coach DeWald in Seaholm High School.
Any coaches who have not turned in their preseason coaches poll, if you could give that to me, I'm going to tabulate results during the day for the media. So if you have not filled it out and turned it in over there, turn it in, please. Thanks. See you home.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having us out. Rochester High School, it's always a cool event. I'll kind of copycat everyone else, what they're saying. It's a fun league. This is so cool that this event's put on for the kids, the media day, and Sammy. It's always fun doing the podcast with you. It's really, really cool. Dunlap, where are you? You've been here for eons, so we appreciate all you guys do for high school sports. We've had a good off season like everyone else. We repeat everything. we're working our tail off since the end of last season till now. We get the kids off this week, but up until then, I thought we've had great leadership in the weight room. We've had a great culture being built in the weight room. We have a lot of guys to replace. We had basically we have 5 returning starters off of last year's team, but a lot of our guys are replacing with seniors that have a lot of experience with our system, so we're excited for that. So we brought some of those guys with us. We have Conrad Swanson, who is an A-back or a slot back for us and a defensive back. Casey Getz is also a slot back and defensive back. Next to him, we have Max Kruger. Max is a starting center for us last year, defensive end, and he's a senior as well. And then Rocco Kolpa is our defensive back and also a slot back. These are some of our returners. We're looking forward to this season. As I said before, it's a tough league. You got to prepare each week. I think our kids enjoy the preparation each week and look forward to unfolding the game plan on Friday night. We start with Troy Athens. We wish everyone good luck, and hopefully everyone's ready to go in a couple weeks. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Okay, next up, representing the OAA Blue Division, we have Coach Merchant in Bloomfield Hills High School. Thanks again, Coach. Welcome. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Coach Vernon. Thanks to Rochester for hosting this. It's a great event. It's great for the players to get out here, and we thank the media for coming. My name's Scott Merchant. I'm the new head coach at Bloomfield Hills High School. I've been in the MAC, and I've been in the Catholic League, and now being in the OAA, I feel like I've hit the top 3 leagues in the state. So excited to be a part of the OAA. A lot of great teams, a lot of great schools, communities, and some outstanding coaches and players. I'm going to turn it over. We have 3 of our seniors here today. I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and then I'll finish after that.
My name is Bryant, and I play running back and linebacker.
My name is Nolan. I play guard.
I'm Cam. I play linebacker.
All right, and they do all have last names. So this is Brian Snyder. All right, this is Nolan Metz, and this is Cam Harst. All right, 3 of our seniors. We're excited about the future of the program. We have about 40 to 50 freshmen coming out this year, which we're excited about, and we're going to try to grow the program from the bottom up. We got a lot of work to do. The OAA is an extremely competitive conference, and our goal is to compete every week, no matter who we're playing. So that's what we're looking to do this year. Appreciate you guys having us. Stay healthy. Have a great season. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Okay, next up, representing the OAA Red, we have Coach Pintar in Clarkston High School.
All right. First off, I'd just like to say thank you to Coach Vernon and Rochester for putting on this event. Again, great opportunity for our guys in this league to, just kind of show what it's about and the kind of talent that we have in this conference. So I'm going to have my captains here introduce themselves.
My name's Hayden Flavin. I'm a senior O-lineman.
My name is Zach Radlick, and I'm a senior O-lineman.
Bodie Sanamore, senior O-lineman.
Alex Oshenko, junior quarterback.
So, as a lot of guys have already talked about, this league is year in and year out is one of the best in the state. We've had multiple state championships. The OAA Red in particular is a gauntlet week in and week out. I think if we go back over the last 3 or 4 years, I think every team has won the league at some point over that time. Which just shows you the competitive balance. So we're looking forward to getting back out there. We had a good year last year, but we're looking to kind of exceed what we did last season. We got a good group of kids coming back. We got about half of our starters on both sides of the ball, and we got a bunch of guys that are hungry to get out there and play and kind of get over a bad taste in our mouth after our last game last year. So we're looking forward to this season. Good luck to everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Okay, next up, representing the OAA Blue, Coach Albrecht and Farmington High School.
Want to thank Coach Vernon and Rochester for having us out again. It's always great coming out for the media day. My name is Jason Albrecht. This is my 5th year as head coach at Farmington High School. 3 seniors I brought with me today: Ashwin Suresh Babu, offensive line; John Howell, defensive back; and then Vincent Pacey, quarterback. This year we're really working to not rebuild, but kind of respond to what we did last year in 2024, winning a playoff game and trying to build upon it. We have a great group of kids coming back. We return, I think, 7 kids on offense, or kids that have got a lot of playing time, so we're looking to build upon that this season as well. Always great competition in the OAA, and we play 2 non-conference teams that are pretty balanced as well. So we're looking forward to a successful season. Hope everybody stays healthy. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good job. Okay, next up, representing the OAA Gold, we have Coach Jackson and Ferndale High School. What's up, guys? Thanks again, Coach. Appreciate it.
Good, just space out. Good. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Rochester, Coach Vernon, for having us. It's an honor to be here. I'm excited to be in the OAA. This is my first year back in the OAA. I was a defensive coordinator for 3 years at Ferndale High School back in 2018. After that, went to Cass Tech, won a state championship last year. And I'm here back in the OAA looking to, do great things. I'm just honored to be here. I'm excited. It's one of the best leagues in the state, and I'm honored to be here. With me today, I have my players. And my associate head coach, Coach Max Green, and my associate coach, Coach Armand Restpress. I'm going to give my players the opportunity to introduce themselves.
Jermaine Bynum, quarterback, class of 26.
Daquan Strutter, O-line D-line.
Donovan Franklin, safety and quarter. Ayante London, wide receiver and corner.
D-Ron Burwell, linebacker and running back.
Jeremiah Jones, class of 2026, all-line left tackle, D-line right tackle.
Devin Reiser, wide receiver safety.
Isaiah Pennell, cornerback.
Darrell Cochran, corner and receiver. Ivan Edwards, cornerback.
When we look and we see 10 players up here with me, wonder why we have 10 players. Each and every one of these players, they earned the right to stand here today. So we coming into camp next week. We're going to see who our captaincy is. I'm just excited for the new season. A little bit about Ferndale coming over from last season. As I stated, we won a state championship at Cass Tech. I'm looking to bring that state championship caliber to Ferndale High School. And that's what we're looking to do. This year, we're young. We graduated a lot of people from the last year. So we're building with these guys right here. We're looking to, just like I tell my guys, we're not just coming out here to work this hard to come in second place. We're looking to win the league, and we're looking to chase down a state championship, even if that's not this year, in the future. So those are some of the goals that we got this year. We're looking to build a culture of accountability. At Ferndale now, it's just not about football. It's bigger than just football for us. I'm looking to grow each and every one of these young men into men that will do great things and be community game changers in life. So that's just a little bit about Ferndale, the program. I thank y'all for having us here. We're excited for the football season. Good luck to each and every one of y'all. Stay healthy. Have the best season you can.
Okay, next up, we have representing the OAA White, we have Coach Oden and Harper Woods High School. What's up, guys? Thanks again, Coach. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Rod Oden, head football coach at Harper Woods High School. Super excited to be here again for a great event and the best conference in the state of Michigan, in my opinion. With me today, I brought 5 of our guys. From my right and your left, we have senior defensive lineman, defensive end, Derek Newman. We have sophomore defensive end, Jeremiah McCall. We have senior defensive back, Jawan Jones. And then we have sophomore wide receiver, DeAndre Bidden, and junior wide receiver Dakota Garant. A little bit about Harper Woods. We've had a decent amount of success the last couple of years. We're looking to continue that with a team that is relatively young. We graduated about 20 guys, which is our biggest senior class as I've been at Harper Woods, but we returned about 34 guys with varsity level experience. We're looking to continue to build depth in order to have what we hope is another long playoff run. The offseason has been great. These guys have developed a great culture and continue to build on that tradition in the weight room and on the track. It's probably our deepest roster since we've been there. So, the program has almost doubled in size. I think we have almost 100 guys in the program now, which is awesome. But we're just hoping to compete week in and week out with some of the state's best, which is sitting in this room right here, which is a direct reflection of our success in the playoffs. We understand that this league prepares us for whatever we are to face in Division IV. So with that being said, I wish everybody here great luck this season. We'll be rooting for all of you guys. And good luck to everybody. Thank you, Coach Vernon and Rochester, for hosting this thing for us again. Thank you.
Great job. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, next up, representing the OAA Red Division, we have Coach Bell and Lake Orion High School. Appreciate it.
Again, thank you, Rochester. Thank you, Coach Vernon, and Dean. Thank you for doing a great job. I'm Chris Bell, head football coach at Lake Orion. I'm also the athletic director at Lake Orion. I want to put my athletic director hat on just for a second and echo what Bob Check said to you guys. And I'm going to put it in better terms for you as well. A lot of you guys are seniors. You're going to go on to college next year. And we can think back, all of us coaches, when we were at college, it would have been nice to have some extra spending money during the week. If you can start out officiating, let's say you do middle school and sub-varsity games. I don't care the sport. Per game, you're going to make probably about $65 a game. You do that 2-3 times a week, all right? You're out there, in athletics, the sport that you love, the sport that you know, all right? And you can get started some great spending money. So please think about that, because from the AD side, I can tell you, we need officials in all sports. And I would love to have you. And our best officials come from former players, so please think about that. All right, with me today are 3 of my captains, starting out with number 88, tight end, outside linebacker, and Western Michigan commit, Ryan Rushello. Number 4, one of our quarterbacks. He's also can play receiver and defensive back, Brody Thompson. And number 35, inside linebacker, running back, Alex Hensley. If I was going to think about our team coming back, the word that comes to mind for me is unproven. We graduated a big senior class. We returned 4 starters on each side of the ball. But, like all coaches, if the way that they attack the offseason in the summer is any indication, I'm really excited about these guys. These guys are excited to write their own story, make a name for themselves. Going through the summer, some of the old-timers, I tell you, they remind me of some of our past Orion tough teams that we've had in the past. We're going to be big and strong up front, be physical on both sides. Our guys have the tools. We have some speed. And most importantly, they have the hunger. We're excited for the season ahead of us. So wish everyone the best of luck. When you're not playing us, we cheer for you. Have a great season. Stay healthy. Go Dragons.
All right, next up, we have Coach Carter in North Farmington High School.
Hi, how's it going? So it's my first season on staff with North Farmington, but I'm going to let the seniors introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Owen Varva, senior offensive and defensive lineman.
I'm Terrence James, quarterback and safety.
Noah Cornspan, running back, linebacker.
Awesome. So these guys have been working real hard this offseason to build on last year's success. We came in at 6-3, lost first round of the playoffs, but they've been working real hard on the offseason, hopefully to build on and continue success from last year. Thanks.
Thank you. Next up, representing the OAA Blue Division, we have Coach Carter in Oak Park High School. Thanks again, Coach. Appreciate it. Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Greg Carter, a longtime coach in high school football, and to be quite honest, I've loved every minute of it. I've got a great group of young men here this year that are really thinking about getting our program back to the level that it was in the past, and they've worked extremely hard, not only in the summer, but in the weight room in the winter, and we're really excited about this team. We've been humbled by some very good programs in this league, and so it just gives us drive to get back on that level with you guys. So like everybody else has said, the OAA is fantastic. Scott, welcome. We do remember those Catholic League days when we battled, and so when you got hired, I was like, oh no, here it comes again. So I'm excited for you guys in this league. Like Coach Oden said, that this league prepares you for playoff opportunities. There's nothing that you haven't seen by the time you get to the playoffs, and we just are really excited to be a part of it. So I'm going to let the kids introduce themselves.
Muhammad Mubarak, quarterback 2027.
Caden Taylor, receiver 2027.
Rondre Austin, receiver DB 26.
Cardio Carrington, class 26, DB.
Quentin Blakely, running back DB, class of 2026.
Christian Dubose, class of 27, receiver DB.
William Reed, defensive tackle, class of 26.
Well, thank you. We want to again thank Rochester High School for putting this on every year. It's getting better and better every year. We appreciate being here, and good luck to everybody in the OAA.
Okay, next up, representing the OAA Red, I'd like to welcome Coach Potts in Oxford High School. Thanks, Coach. Yep, appreciate it.
Good afternoon. My name is Trevor Potts. I'm the new head coach at Oxford High School. Just excited to be here today in front of a room full of coaches that I would consider mentors and friends. I'm most proud of representing these young men and want to give you a chance to meet each of them, and then I'll give you a little bit about where we've been and where we're headed.
My name's AJ Krupa. I'm a senior linebacker and tight end.
My name is Brady Preetz. I play D end and then fullback.
My name is Jack Hendricks. I'm a senior quarterback.
My name is Colin Crosby. I'm a senior. I play running back corner.
My name is Liam Samborski. I'm a junior and I play left tackle.
So these four seniors and one junior are a good representation of a large group of guys that have worked really hard over the last several months to get better. Last year was our first league title, OAA Red title in school history. We fell short of a lot of our goals last year, but we learned a lot as a group. For the 2025 season, we've made it a mission to fall in love with the process of improving daily. Our guys have talked and lived into being honorable and honoring the people of Oxford, and we're just excited to represent them as we move into this season. Thank you to Coach Vernon and Rochester High for giving us an opportunity and for the media to give exposure to these great young men. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Okay, next up, representing the OAA Gold, we have Coach Jefferson in Pontiac High School. Thanks again for coming, Coach. Appreciate it.
It's Coach Jefferson. This is my third year with the program. I want the
the guys to introduce themselves first.
Marquise McCray, senior, linebacker.
Fahim Jeffrey, receiver, senior.
Deontay Jones, senior, linebacker.
Terrell Chapman, left tackle, DN.
Alfredese Manzi, tight end, 26.
Bryce Brown, senior, linebacker.
Dallas Coleman, D-line, O-line.
So those of you who have been here since my first year, you know one of the things that I said I wanted to establish was the culture of the program in Pontiac. Establish a culture that leads to winning and success. So I brought these guys up here because they're all seniors and they've all exhibited the traits that you need to establish a great culture. They're leaders on the field and in the classroom, and they work extremely hard. So these are the guys, when you see the improvement that we make this year, these are the guys that drove that improvement. So I just wanted to make sure that I acknowledge them. As you know, I don't speak about wins or losses. I speak about improvement. And that's all we focus on. If we do everything we can to improve, then the wins will come. And that's all I'm concerned about. The grades, the grade point average at Pontiac High School has went up, and it's all because of the culture that these guys and my assistant coaches have set for everyone in that school. So that's all I have to say. Coach Vernon, thank you again. This is a great event. I look forward to coming, even if I turn in my paper late. I look forward to coming, and I wish everyone a year full of health and success, even when you play against us, except for I want you to lose. So that's it. All right.
Thank you. Okay, next up, representing the OAA Red, we have Coach Petrito and Adams High School. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it as always.
Okay, thanks again, Coach Vern, for hosting. We appreciate that. I'm proud to be part of the OAA Red and proud to be associated with young men like this. To be successful in this league and in the state, we're trying to teach our kids about standard of play, how we approach the game, and an uncommon effort, an uncommon focus, and a sense of selflessness is what's required. There's a hell of a lot of talent in the room, but that doesn't win championships, and that's what we're trying to enforce here. I'm going to let these three young men introduce themselves real quick.
Rhino Waters, senior quarterback and linebacker.
Connor Helfrich, wide receiver, DB, senior.
Jesse Jodis, senior safety and wide receiver.
I also want to take a few minutes to welcome two of my best friends in the world into the league, Trevor Potts and Scott Merchant, two great men. I would want them to coach my kids. So welcome to the league. I think you're going to make it better. I want to wish everybody luck, have a great season, and stay healthy.
Next up, representing the OAA White Division, we have Coach Powell and Stony Creek High School. Thanks again, Coach. Yep.
I'll just repeat what everybody had to say. Again, thanks to Coach Vernon, Dean, and Rochester High School for hosting this event. Obviously, thank you to the media as well. This is my first opportunity to be here, as last year I was out of town during this time, so super excited and honored to be here for this event. And, it's always great to honor these young men that are in the room and their preparation to get to this point, so we appreciate all of that. So before I get any further, I'm going to let these four seniors talk a little bit about who they are.
Jake Lancey, senior, wide receiver, DB.
Michael Jamalero, O-line, D-line, senior.
Brady Ricketts, senior, O-line, D-line.
Brody Rumler, senior, O-line, D-line.
Again, these are just four. We have 24 returning seniors this year, so we're really excited about them and the impact that they can make on the 2025 football season. In second year coming in, we're really excited about the growth of this program, really excited about the growth of these young athletes, the amount of time and effort that they really put into it. They take the offseason serious, not only in the weight room, but obviously on the field, in the classroom, preparing for film work, so we're really excited about what they have to offer. Obviously, we play in a really, really competitive league in the OAA White, with a couple crossovers to Lake Orion, Rochester Adams, and Berkeley. So extremely difficult schedule. A couple coaches have already mentioned it, but we have to be at our best on a weekly basis. And that's all our mindset is every single day, to get 1% better and to really grow as a team and as a program closer together and try to play our best football towards the end of the season, hopefully get in the playoffs. A lot of these guys that are coming back for us, although we did make the playoffs last year, I think now understand and know what it takes to not only be a successful football team, but to build on that and be a successful program at the highest level on a consistent basis. And that's what we're really trying to be about week in and week out. So thanks again for Coach Vernon and Rochester High School. Best of luck to everybody. Stay healthy and have a go OAA Cougars.
As mentioned before, my name is Eric Vernon, head football coach here at Rochester High School. I'm honored to be able to represent this school and the fine young men that I get the opportunity to coach. I have brought 4 seniors here with me today, seniors that have been voted on by their fellow seniors to represent the program. Starting over here on my right, we have senior returning running back and cornerback Devin Grabke. We have senior offensive lineman Zoran Kawaja. To my left here, we have senior defensive lineman and running back Mark Jones, and then we have senior wide receiver outside linebacker Cole Murphy. All 4 fantastic kids, great leaders, hard workers, just like everybody else here. Again, they're excited to be able to represent Rochester High School and represent their teammates. I think this year our strength is going to be in our depth. I say that a lot. We have close to 30 seniors coming back. A lot of guys who are really excited for the opportunity to compete, play some football. We have some fantastic games scheduled for this year. We get to welcome a lot of teams into Rochester High School, and we get to travel to a lot of high schools for that kind of that authentic Friday Night Lights type atmosphere. And that's one of the great things about the OAA as well. You go and visit a lot of these different schools, you're going to get communities supporting their teams. You're going to get schools supporting their teams. You're going to get a great opportunity every Friday night to play in big games. The one thing, too, that I think is really special about this school, and I'm excited for, again, we have a lot of athletes coming back. We have a lot of multi-sport athletes. The basketball coach, baseball coach, track coach, we all work together to share athletes, and we're all excited as a school and a community to be able to compete this year. So I wish everybody the best of luck. Looking forward to a great year of OAA football, and go Blue. Next up, I'm going to welcome representing the OAA Gold. We have Coach Campbell and Royal Oak High School.
Good afternoon, everybody. Coach Colin Campbell, honored to be here. Really appreciate Coach Vernon here and Rochester for having us. So Royal Oak High School, really honored to be up here and be able to work with the guys that are here with me. So we have Ben Ailes, quarterback for us, Colin Bibbs, offensive line and linebacker, and then Javian Johnson. He is a defensive back and wide receiver for us. We're really excited to compete. We know it's a deep league. It's an incredibly tough league. Every week is a ton of fun to play, a ton of fun to compete against some of the best opponents in the state. And so we just hope that everybody stays healthy and is safe for this season, and we're excited to get after it in the OAA. Thank you.
Okay, next up, representing the OAA White Division, we have Coach McKenzie in Southfield High School. Thank you again, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone. I want to thank Rochester again, like everybody, for hosting this event. Before we get started, I'm going to have my guys introduce themselves. So I brought a few seniors and underclassmen, so we'll start right here.
Aiden Redding, tackle.
Keith McKenzie, linebacker, tight end.
Kenneth Brooks, linebacker, running back.
Caleb Lane, O-line, D-line.
Well, last year when I got up here first time, it was what Southfield was going to be. Well, we was terrible last year, 2-7. So it is what it is. That's what the records say. All right, we wasn't good. But we came back this offseason. We committed 100 days of off-season workout, lifting, training, speed improvement. And these guys bought in. Had about 60, 65 to 70% attendance in the off-season. So they bought in. They truly bought in to what I think a championship program should be, the hard work they put in. So we were, like I said, 5 days a week. We're in the weight room 3 days. We're doing Olympic lifts. We're doing the normal lifts. We're doing stretching. We're doing mindfulness training. We're not just training our body, we're training our minds. We're focusing, becoming better players, complete players. So this year, I expect a lot better than last year. We will be better this year. We will put a good product out there on the on the field. These guys got pride, and like I said, the buy-in, not just from these guys up here, from the whole team it's been unreal. So I'm truly excited about what we're going to be this year. The season is not an easy season for us. You know, we open up with East Kentwood, and we got West B, we got one of the Rochester schools, and then we got Lowell. So our first 4 weeks is going to be a little gauntlet. But we come through that, and we come through that good, we should be ready for the rest of the season. This is a tough league, a lot of talent in here, and I'm glad that where we at mentally, physically, because I think we can go out and compete and really get some of you guys a run for your money. So good luck to everybody this year, and stay safe and be healthy.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. Next up here, representing the OAA Blue Division, we have Coach Cook and Troy Athens High School. Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. Yep.
Hello. First off, I want to say thank you to Coach Vernon and Rochester High School for putting this event on every year. It's fantastic. I know that it's a lot of work, especially when you're waiting on, somebody that's late with their submission for the, for the packet. I want to thank all of you. I want to thank the OAA football programs, the coaches, the players. I believe this is some of the best football in the state of Michigan, and it's because of the work that everybody in this room puts in. And I'm proud to to compete in this league, week in and week out. So thank you. Today we brought some of the finest senior leaders that we've ever had come through our program, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves before I tell you a little bit more about them.
Grayson Conrad, senior running back DB.
Andrew Dunlap, senior quarterback linebacker. Kanan Hanbury, senior running back linebacker.
Nathan Piggott, tight end.
Max Ladie, linebacker, running back.
Vadim Ladie, defensive lineman.
This senior group, really since they came in as freshmen, have transformed what our program looks like. They've done it just with an incredible work ethic and really embracing the grind. They've done that same thing this summer. There's been a lot of work to go in this summer, both physically and mentally, just with a few added items to our playbook. They're ready for a great season. We're excited to compete, in a tough OAA schedule, and we kick it off with Seaholm week 1. So good luck to all of you. Thank you again. Stay healthy this season. Go Hawks.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck this year. Yep. Representing the OAA Blue Division, we have Coach Frazier and Troy High School. Thanks again, Coach. Appreciate it. Yep, no problem.
All right, my name is Chris Frazier. I'm the proud head coach at Troy High School, my alma mater. So I brought 4 senior leaders with us. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
Ryan Christensen, linebacker and tight end.
Evan Bariak, receiver, DB.
Michael Linsky, O-line, D-line.
Cameron Gillespie, O-line, D-line.
So just like everyone else, we're obviously excited for the season starts, and I'm proud of these young men, all the work they put in. And my message today, kind of similar to the last couple of years, is I just want to take the time to thank all of you young men for all the efforts that you put in, because without everything you do, old guys like us couldn't stand up here and coach football and do those things. So we appreciate the time and the efforts you put in. I know it's a lot. It's a lot of film work. It's a lot of weight room stuff. So thank you for all the efforts you put in. Good luck to everyone this year. Thank you.
Okay, and rounding out our program here today, representing the OAA Red Division, Coach Hilbers and West Bloomfield High School. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
First of all, like a lot of people said, thank you to Rochester High School and the people that came out today to check this awesome event out. I know when you get to the end of the program with us, alphabetically, you're kind of sick of hearing people probably talk and say the same old stuff. But you're going to have to bear with me because these guys will tell you I'm a little long-winded. And, you know, usually I kind of wander too, but Orion TV is keeping me attached to this podium, so I'll try my best. Sorry in advance. But, you know, guys, to be honest, like, we're super excited. You get to this point of the year, especially the end of this day, like, we're right around the corner. All the stuff that you've been, like, working for and lifting weights and conditioning for, it's right there in front of you. You know what I mean? And with me here, I got 3 seniors that they've kind of been through the gauntlet with us. These guys and a couple other have played a ton of football for us since they were sophomores. Okay, on my far right, I have Jeremiah Benson, who will play on the D-line, and he'll play some tight end, and Kamari Pittman, who's played on the D-line, and he'll play some H-back, and Travis Robertson here, who will play on the O-line and D-line. And these guys played a lot as sophomores in a state semifinal game, and were a play away against Southfield from kind of reaching their ultimate goal. And then the next year, last year, we were toe-to-toe with so many quality opponents on our schedule in a lot of different games. And honestly, more often than not, it didn't go our way. So they kind of had a taste of that success when they were younger. And then last year, kind of got put through the ringer that can be the grind of the OAA schedule that a lot of people have mentioned. And they've kind of seen both sides of it. And I think it's left them with a great balance of the appreciation it takes to get close to your ultimate goal, but also the understanding that it takes of how hard it is just to get there. You know, like, winning is difficult. It's really difficult. If it wasn't, everybody would win every week. You know, especially if you look at some of the schedules in this packet, it is very difficult. And I think we got a pretty good understanding of that and what it takes to at least give yourself a chance to get out there and compete, put your best product on the field, and give yourself a chance to win each week. And that's our ultimate goal. Like, all our off-season training, all our summer has been to get in there, get stronger, get ready for the gauntlet that's about to happen starting next week. And to be honest, guys, my closing message, I guess, because we're last to everybody in this room, is there's a lot of good coaches here, guys, but the players across this board, from my left to my right, you guys are what make this league special. Okay? And it's not kids in the hallways of your school. It's not kids in your classroom or your cafeteria. It's us here in this room. We are the only ones, and your teammates, that understand the sacrifices that we all make to try to reach our goals. Right? So along with that, it's my goal is to continue to support each other and lift this game up. And yeah, it's a weird balance because a lot of us, we're going to compete against each other. And it's a violent, it's a physical game that you want to, like, beat each other's face in within the rules and push people around. But at the same time, lift each other up. Because the people that understand the stuff that you guys sacrifice to try to reach your goals, they're all here. And yeah, we might practice differently, we might lift differently, we might condition differently, but we all have the same goals for each other. You have the same goals for each other, you have the same goals for your teammates, and we all want the same thing at the end of the day. And it's not going to happen for each of us, but man, I know that, like, at least, like, the teams that we're going to play, we're all going to try, right? So embrace each other, lift each other up, and keep advancing this game so we continue as a conference to reach greater and greater heights each year. Thank you guys, appreciate it, have a good one.
All right, thanks again for everybody for showing up. Thank you, especially the coaches, too. I appreciate you making the commitment to be here. I know it's a busy time of year. I appreciate you making the commitment to send me your information. I'm not an SID guy who loves doing it, so I appreciate everybody taking the time to get me that stuff so I can get that organized. I thought, again, media, thank you for showing up. I appreciate everything. If you guys want to stick around for a little bit, I know some people want to maybe walk around and ask some questions. I wish everybody the best of luck this year. Thank you again for coming out to Rochester High School. So good luck this year.
Well, there you have it, all 22 teams from the OAA across all of the individual divisions introducing themselves today. They're ready for football. Today, we're just about 3 weeks away from the day that this Media Day event is happening. From the kickoff to the football season, a lot of these teams going to be playing the Thursday before Labor Day, either at the Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic or at some other premier events, or for your Lakers at Lakers Stadium, kicking off the season against Dearborn Fordson. We'll hear from some of your Lakers coming up. We'll take a quick break. More OAA Football Live coming up next on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
A breath of fresh air will do you a world of good. Breathe in deep and let fresh renew your spirit in pure Michigan.
Mom, did you really need to buy 2 can openers for our emergency kit? I can't help it. They're 2 for 1. What's this? We need to keep our family communication plan safe in case of an emergency. Thanks, Tita. We should think ahead to keep Mom and Dad safe when it floods this year. I've got an evacuation route loaded on my phone.
I've got an updated list of Dad's meds.
And I've got just what we need to get them to take this seriously.
Start a conversation with your family and plan together for emergencies.
This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Welcome back to OAA Football Live. I'm Tyler Kieft, joined by West Bloomfield Lakers head coach Zach Hilbers. An exciting time of the year for all the teams here in the OAA, especially for your team coming back after a really competitive 2024 in the OAA Red. So starting off, what do you build off of coming off of a season like that had its fair share of ups and downs, but was highly competitive in one of the toughest divisions in football?
Well, I think like anything else in life, I guess you kind of build off of the lessons you learned along the way. Not to be too cliche, but I guess like the game always guarantees adversity and the ups and downs, kind of like life does. And we had our fair share of it, like you said. And hopefully we learned what it takes when you end up on top, and I guess what leads you to the results that you don't want at the same time. And our job as coaches and players is to obviously end up on the better side of that more often than not.
Having guys like Jeremiah, Travis, Tank, having them all here today, you kind of mentioned in your speech that they've been through all these ups and downs. They've seen being a step away from the pinnacle and seeing the agony of having a second-round exit against a really good Catholic Central team. How have they taken a step forward leadership-wise heading into another season?
Well, like a lot of kids do their senior year, they kind of realize the finality of things, and I guess, for lack of a better term, like the ultimatum that you're kind of pressed against, like this is your shot to do things the way you want to do it. And they've taken kind of ownership of that, and they've really been good leaders for us in the offseason.
Consistency is always something you're looking for in the season. Last season, you had sort of an issue of you'd pick up one new skill and then you pick up another problem, and that kind of went back and forth. How do you skip over that and change that habit in 2025?
Well, you hope it's something that experience kind of gives you in a way. Those kids that have been through the ups and the downs, they kind of help you navigate that with the rest of the team. Because it's really not talent often that has the best teams. Coach Petrito, I think, mentioned that. It's the kids that can kind of navigate the seas a little bit, and the ebbs and flows that the game of football will give you. And hopefully our experience does that for us.
You had mentioned in the packet that was given to the media, offensively, something you're kind of looking at as possibly a bit of an issue, but something that you're working on is massive loss of talent from last year, is in particular in the skills position. I was crunching the numbers, and about 80% of your receiving yards were between 3 players last season, over 60% of the team's touchdowns. So how do you work to replace that kind of production, especially starting with those guys that were in the mix like Obi Duru and Malcolm Gibson last season?
Well, to be honest, I'm surprised it's only 80% if you do the numbers, because like if I would have gone off the top of my head between Elijah, Cam, and Jaden Alos, I would have guessed it was above 90. But yeah, so I mean, like you mentioned, Obi and Malcolm, they're both really good players, and they were good enough to play a lot last year. They were just behind kids that were really good. So I think, they're pretty hungry, and some of the kids that are coming up from the younger levels, they're pretty talented, and they're ready and eager to kind of show what they can do as well. So you're right. Like, that's definitely a question mark when you graduate a receiver like Elijah Durham, who set every program record we have. And then Cameron Flowers and Jaden Alos and all the other talent they had out there. It was pretty special. But it doesn't mean the guys that, are waiting their turn aren't pretty special too.
The Lakers last season graduating a number of offensive weapons. You mentioned Elijah Durham. He's the all-time leader in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns, single-season yards, and he got that record twice in single-season yards in his first and second, only 2 years on the varsity squad for Elijah Durham. The quarterback situation, something people are going to be thinking about going into 2025. Last year, most of the reps, Bo Jackson, a little bit of Jamal Shakespeare. You mentioned before last season, Jackson Carver was an up-and-comer. Are we going to be seeing kind of a mixed quarterback room, or are you set on the guy yet?
We always have a bunch of guys that take snaps. It's kind of always been our MO. You can go back 10 years. There's always 4 to 5 guys that'll take snaps at quarterback. It'll probably be more of the same of that. But you're right. Like, Bo Jackson was the ultimate teammate, perfect competitor. He was a tremendous high school football player and a great kid. But Jamal still played a lot of quarterback as well, and so did Brody Pecor and some other kids. And it'll probably be similar. Like Jackson, we thought last year was really coming along and really impressive, and he broke his collarbone in kind of a freak injury. So I know he's pretty hungry and eager to show what he can do. But so are some of the other kids. So we'll always have, I guess, a mixed bag at that position.
Benefit of having a high power offense and going against other high power offenses, you can score a lot of points. Big benefit for your team looking forward to this season. You got a ton of talent and a ton of ability coming back on the defensive side of the football. Looking at your competition in and outside of the division this season, how big of a plus is that?
Oh, it's huge. Anytime you get experience on one side of the ball, ideally you want both, but you get it on one side of the ball, it just becomes so much easier. Like, it's not just teaching. They kind of help spread your message throughout everybody else. And they know what to expect mentally and physically. So, we're really looking for them to kind of carry us early on and hope everybody else kind of catches up.
What's your message for your team and for Laker Nation as they head into this 2025 season? Always going to be a tough schedule, always going to have its ups and downs. What's it going to take for this Laker team to get back to where everyone's expecting them to be, playing late in November?
Just the mental perseverance that it takes. Things aren't always going to go your way. Of our 11 games last year, we were leading at some point in 10 of them, but we only won 5. So kind of just finishing the job and navigating that a little bit better and trying to stay hard mentally.
August 28th, 7 o'clock kickoff at Lakers Stadium. It's a Thursday night game, family fun night, as well as we kick off the 2025 season. More information on Laker football all season long on your home for Lakers sports, Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. Coach, thanks again.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more OAA Football Live right here on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM right after this.
Hi, I'm Kathy Russ, Director of the West Bloomfield Township Library, and I want to congratulate Civic Center Television on surpassing 1 million views. That's amazing. You are such a great partner. We love working with you. Thank you for all the interviews and pieces that you've done on the activities at the library. I think you help us get the word out about all the great things going on at the library. Nobody does it like Civic Center Television. Kathy Russ, and I'm proud to be 1 in a million.
Welcome back to OAA Football Live. We're at Rochester High School for OAA Football Media Day. The Lakers kicking off their season just a few weeks from today on a Thursday night at West Bloomfield High School against Dearborn Fordson. They're built on their senior leadership, in particular in the trenches. Kamari Pittman is with me at OAA Football Media Day. Tank, heading into this season, a lot's relying on the defensive line, the offensive line, that leadership. How are you embracing that role as you come into a new season?
Years prior we had a ton of great leaders. So like my sophomore year when we had Brandon, Kari, Montiel, and all those type of guys, those guys were there to teach me how to lead. You know, then the next year I was a captain. So, like, I was able to actually embrace and adhere to that captain role. So I just wanted to, like, say that, like, they led by a great example. And now I got other guys with me that's willing to lead, that want it just as bad as I do.
How different is the work when you take that leap in leadership from being one of the up-and-coming guys to now you're the one everyone's looking toward in the locker room?
Yeah, most definitely. Now there's more eyes on you, so now you have to make sure that you lead them by example, make sure that you're doing the right thing always, because you never know who's watching, you know, because now we got these younger guys that don't know, like it might be some young guys that don't know, like, how the history has been, like, with great leaders, great leadership. Now you got to show them how to be a great leader, so when you graduate, they can come and be a great leader as well.
There's a lot of pressure. People are looking at you at West Bloomfield High School. They're expecting you to be at least in the mix in the red, if not all the way in Division I. So how do you embrace that and also help the younger guys embrace that without necessarily getting lost in the hype and the pressure that comes along with it?
Yeah, we told them, like, really just block the noise, you know, like, people are going to say things regardless, and no matter if it's good or bad. So it's just on you to go out there and just embrace it and just, like, you can use it as motivation. Like, me personally, I got, like, all the bad things that's been said about West Bloomfield on my home screen. So, like, I wake up to that. Every time I use my phone, I see that. So that's just motivation to go out there, and it makes me better, it makes me want more.
You look back at the last 4 years since the state championship in the COVID year in 2020 and the 4 years before that. The thing that you look at that was so common during the lead up to the championship and the championship game itself that season, the defense was on fire. Teams could not get double-digit points. Been a little bit different, around 25 points per game for offenses opposing the Lakers in the past 4 years. For the defensive side, how focused are you guys on making the defense punishing in 2025 and limiting the opportunities that other teams have to get out ahead of the Lakers or match that high-power offense?
Yeah, we actually have a pretty good amount of seniors returning that played a lot of defense. You know, like, we all won the bat. Even the young guys coming up, you know, like, we're teaching them, like, oh, they're saying this, that, and the third about us. So go out there and be better, you know. It's like we getting physical in the weight room every day, taking advantage of every opportunity presented to us. So by us getting stronger, that's like last year we struggled at stopping the run. This year up front, we're stopping the run.
Kamari Pittman's with me, OAA Football Media Day Lakers, just a few weeks away from this event today, from kicking off the 2025 season. You got a really tough schedule. It starts off with one of the best teams in the state in Dearborn Fordson. How excited are you and the rest of the guys in the locker room to have that heavy competition from the jump?
Yeah, we're ready for it. You know, like, we want to take it day by day, game by game. You know, Dearborn Fordson, they're always going to be a good team, you know. Like, no matter who's on their staff, they're always going to be strong, you know. Fordson is always in the weight room, always will be, you know. But I'm not taking them lightly. I'm taking them like they're the best team in the state, no matter if they lost everybody on their staff, players, all that.
Kamari, we want to thank you for joining us, and we're excited to get things kicked off in a few weeks for the 2025 season. What's your lasting message to Laker Nation and, of course, to your teammates as you get ready for 2025? What's that focal point you're all sort of basing all your work off of as you head into the season?
Yeah, the ultimate goal is a state championship, you know. We want to all be playing on Thanksgiving weekend at Ford Field. We want to show that we're the best team in the state. So we're just making sure that we stay committed to the goal, but, like, more on the team aspect. We've been focusing on getting physical. Like, physical has been, like, our main emphasis. O-line, D-line, skills, everybody. Everybody just wants to get strong so they have the opportunity to play and make sure that they're dominant every time they step on the field.
You want to set a great foundation. You do so in the trenches. The Lakers have that foundation ready to go for 2025. They kick off on a Thursday night, August 28th against Dearborn Fordson at Laker Stadium. More information and coverage all across the season on your home for Laker sports, Civic Center TV, and 89.3 Lakes FM. Kamari, thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
More coming up after the break. It's OAA Football Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Hi, this is Ken Graham, Director of the National Weather Service. Leaving a kid or a pet in a car can be deadly. In fact, every year, dozens of kids die of heat stroke in hot automobiles. Some are left there by caretakers, others get in there on their own, and they can't get back out. All of these deaths are preventable. Even on a relatively cool day or cloudy day, the temperature inside a car can quickly reach deadly temperatures in minutes. To keep your child or pet safe, set reminders, like a simple note on a dashboard, or put your phone or other belongings in the back seat. I always place my backpack in the back. Kids don't see the family car as dangerous, but in just 10 minutes, a hot vehicle can be fatal. Never leave a child unattended. Look before you lock.
This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Welcome back to OAA Football Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM, previewing the 2025 season for the West Bloomfield Lakers. I'm joined now by senior offensive lineman and defensive lineman Travis Robertson. Travis, you're heading to Bowling Green in a year from now. You got one more season at West Bloomfield. What are you looking forward to as you wrap up your career in West Bloomfield?
Winning and dominating everybody on our schedule and just proving to everybody that we're the best team in OAA Red.
What's it going to take to make that declaration? Because you had a really competitive 2024 season. Every one of these teams in the red has a chance to have a big year ahead of them. So what does your team need to do to take that next step?
We just need to have our consistency and dominate and just win.
The trenches are really experienced for this team coming back, and that's saying something. You lost 4 seniors from your O-line last year. So how does that start from that offensive line, from that defensive line outward to get everybody focused and everybody hungry to make big plays and play disciplined football in 25?
We just need to have everybody committed to the roles and wanting to win and dominate, like I said earlier. And for me, since I'm a captain of the O-line, I got to get my team ready, and it's all falls on me. So I'll take any accountability for my linemen and get them ready for the season.
And I would imagine that's going to be the case for the rest of that veteran offensive line and defensive line. You've got a lot of upperclassmen that have had a couple of years on this team at least. And for the case of all you that were out here today, Coach Hilber's mentioned it, 2, maybe even 3 years of varsity experience. How does that benefit you as you come in and get those younger guys coming up to varsity this season, coming up in a different role than past seasons, ready for a really tough schedule ahead?
I'm just going to talk into my experiences. Like since last year, I had some ups and downs during the O-line, with pass rushing and run blocking. So I'll use that experience to make them better.
You've had a chance at West Bloomfield to be coached by guys that have had some experience at the next level, had some experience in the NFL. Next fall, you're going to have a chance to be coached by a legend, Eddie George, at Bowling Green State. How excited are you to go out to Ohio and be coached by someone that's a bona fide Hall of Famer, one of the all-time greats?
I'm very excited. Just ready to go in, show my competitiveness, and just bring that opportunity to the max. Go Falcons.
Go Falcons on Saturdays coming up in the year. Lakers on Fridays coming up very soon. Travis, thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Thank you, sir.
You'll see him on the gridiron on Friday night. So he'll start on a Thursday night this season. First game of the year is on Family Fun Night, August 28th at Lakers Stadium. More from Rochester High School coming up next on OAA Football Live.
Hey everybody, I'm Oakland County Executive Dave Coulter, and I want to congratulate Civic Center TV on surpassing 1 million views on YouTube. That's a huge milestone, and it's more important than ever in this day and age that we have good, independent, local, reputable journalism. And I want to congratulate Civic Center TV on this important milestone. I'm Dave Coulter, and I'm proud to be 1 in a million.
Welcome back to OAA Football Live. We're at Rochester High School for OAA Football Media Day, and now a chance to preview your West Bloomfield Lakers regular season. One of the most key players on the defensive side of the ball, and someone you're going to be seeing a lot on the offensive side in 2025 is Jeremiah Benson, senior, and one of the captains for the West Bloomfield Lakers. Jeremiah, coming off of last season, a lot to motivate your team for 2025. What's really been your focus in this offseason as you've looked forward to your senior year?
Kind of just this year, we're just taking it slow this year. We pacing ourselves, we're taking it game by game. We're not worried about the playoffs, we're not worried about how we fell short last year. We kind of just going to take it game by game, just focus on who we got to focus on week by week. And, we're just going to grind and put in the effort, to get the win. So
that's a good point. Kamari talked about it a little bit with us earlier on. The expectations are something you always have to manage, especially when you're a perennial contender like West Bloomfield. So how do you manage that from the top down on your team, from those leaders to the younger guys coming up, to take that practice by practice, rep by rep, game by game?
Yeah, you know, we always have a lot of expectations. We have high expectations. You know, there's a lot of years that people kind of underrate us, and we have low expectations for the year. But you know, kind of just our guys who's just focusing on just getting better as a team. You know, just our chemistry, our young guys. You know, just making sure that they get the good reps that they need. You know, just to gain that experience so that they feel like they're ready for when we get into the regular season. Because you know, we got a lot of young guys coming in this year. We lost a lot of pieces last year, so you know, we kind of just focusing on making sure our young guys get comfortable with the game and the pace of it.
You're going to have a little bit of a change in 2025. Typically, in the last couple seasons, you've been in the trenches on the defensive line. You've been attacking the ball carrier, attacking the quarterback. Now you get a chance to flip that on the other side, too. Be a two-way guy, play a little bit of tight end. How excited are you to have that change for 2025?
Yes, I'm definitely excited, you know, just to be able to show my athleticism, you know, just the way that I move and, you know, just be able to help my team out in any way I can. You know, that's just kind of the main thing about it. I'm just excited to be able to play both sides of the ball, you know, and just show what I can do. So.
How does your approach in the offseason change when you know that you're going to get some chances on the offensive side? Tight end, there's similarities to being on the edge on defense and being even a defensive tackle, but athleticism is really important too. Has that changed your offseason work at all?
Not really. You know, I feel like my off-season work, I feel like I kind of just been focusing on the same thing. I've been focusing on my speed, just my agility, the way I move laterally, and, you know, just my first step. So I feel like I kind of just stay with the same off-season work. I've been getting a lot of work in this off-season, probably one of my most efficient off-seasons yet. So, yeah.
On the defensive side, 50 tackles last season, just in the regular season, 8 of those being sacks for Jeremiah Benson. With us on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM from OAA Football Media Day. On X, I saw that you've changed your name to include a nickname. You're the Boogeyman. How have you embraced that? Where did that come from? And how has that kind of taken on its own bit of a persona as you approach the game in the season?
You know, I feel like I kind of I named myself that because I just feel like just me being my size, you know, just how quick that I move, you know, I feel like that I get into the backfield quicker than the quarterbacks can see me. So I feel like they don't see me coming. So I feel like that's kind of what the boogeyman is, you know, that it's somebody you don't see coming, somebody that you fear, that you can't plan for you. It's no game plan that you can make for me because no matter what, you're still not going to see me coming at the end of the day. So that's kind of what that came from. And you know, just my mentality I'm carrying into the next season.
There's always that one guy on the Laker defensive line that just gets to the quarterback, whether it's Mike Williams, tough act to follow, and end up being Brandon Davis-Swain, an all-time great, the all-time career sacks leader in the MHSAA, and then last season, possibly even this season as well, Jeremiah Benson. Jeremiah, after you get through this season, next fall you're heading to Minnesota, Big Ten football on the way. Not uncommon for Lakers, but as you get ready for that sort of pressure, for that kind of competition at the collegiate level, how does that further put into context your work ethic in this regular season to get yourself ready for what it's going to take to be a great college player as well as a great high school player?
Yeah, you know, I feel like this year I'm definitely pushing myself way harder. I feel like I'm working way harder, making sure I'm staying conditioned. I'm staying ready and strong. Because I feel like at the end of the day, you know, I had a lot of mentors, a lot of my older guys. They told me it's nothing that you can do right now that's going to prepare you for college. So all I'm doing is the best I can. I'm working as hard as I can, you know, so when I get there, I can, you know, manage and I can, you know, like build my way up to hopefully being a starter next year in the 2026 fall season. So, yeah.
At the beginning of our conversation, you talked about eliminating the noise, getting away from the expectations, the pundit fodder about West Bloomfield, about high school football, about the season ahead, and just being able to help yourself stay focused. So what do you do outside of football to clear your head from the game for a little bit before you come back and put that hard work back in?
You know, kind of just me personally, I feel like I kind of stay away from the social media stuff and just all the ranking pages, you know, kind of all the articles that's speaking on our team and speaking down on our team just because of last season. You know, I feel like that's definitely something that's, as a team, I feel like that we should do, you know, just kind of just silence out the noise, the social media. That's really kind of where it's at and most of the talk that's been about us. So, you know, just taking that out and just focusing on us, just worry about us, don't worry about what the rankings say, the articles say. Everybody always going to have their opinion on this. This happens every year, and, you know, we just got to show them why they wrong. We just got to prove them why they wrong. So that's all we worried about, and, you know, yeah.
All happens 1 week at a time. That kicks off Thursday, August 28th, Lakers Stadium, 7 o'clock kickoff versus Dearborn Fordson just before Labor Day weekend. Jeremiah, thank you as always.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Jeremiah Benson from the West Bloomfield Lakers. You'll see him beginning Thursday, August 28th. And, of course, follow along all season for updates on Laker football on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. One more break here at Rochester High School. We'll come back, talk a little bit more about the OAA Red at large, and then put a bow on it and wrap things up from OAA Football Media Day. We'll be right back.
Can't be late to your own party. Hurry up! Hurry up! Ah! Do not cut me off. It's her fault? Her fault? Ah. You kidding me? Honk, honk, honk! Honk, honk, honk! Honk, honk! Late! Out of my way! Honk! I hate construction!
You should have slowed down.
My party.
You wouldn't act this way in a store, so don't act this way on the road. Driving slower saves lives.
This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
Welcome back to OAA Football Live. I'm Tyler Kieft, joined by Sammy Termina from Orion Neighborhood TV, and he is the guy to go to for all things OAA sports all season long, all throughout the football season especially. And Sammy, as we look at the season for your Lake Orion Dragons, for our West Bloomfield Lakers, the OAA Red, again, one of the toughest divisions in the state of Michigan. What are you expecting from the Red in 2025 after what was arguably the most competitive season ever in 2024?
You know, I still call this the group of death. I mean, like you think about in soccer terms, I mean, that's basically what it is. I mean, like you really look at it. You know, every team's got a strength, every team's got a weakness. When you look at, of course, the this division, I mean, like you look at West Bloomfield, I mean, they remind me almost similar to North Farmington, especially with Jamal Shakespeare playing the role of Terrence James. And then you look at a team like Oxford, obviously Jack Hendricks back. Clarkston, we know, has got they're loaded. They got a lot of players back, but I still got concerns about that defense. Lake Orion, this Lake Orion team reminds me of the team I was on back in 2005 when we won a we won a district championship and we beat Clarkston twice in 1 year. So, you know, this Lake Orion team, I mean, like, you know, they're pretty much under the radar. One of the most unknown that people need to know about.
Do you think there's any one team in this division that does stand out, or could be that team that we look toward later on this season with West Bloomfield and say, that's going to be probably the toughest game on the schedule?
You know, last year Oxford was projected to finish last, and they won the division. So you kind of think about with, you can't really, I mean, any of these 5 teams can win this division. I mean, like, you look at the talent in this division, I mean, like the schedules that everybody has, it would not surprise me that all 5 teams in the Red make the playoffs this year again. And I think that's really what I think is going to happen. And you know what I mean? And I really think with that team that, with all 5 of these teams, there's no doubt in my mind I think these 5 teams will make the playoffs.
As Laker Nation gets ready for Week 1 on August 28th and hopefully another really exciting season of Laker football, from your research, from all your conversations with Coach Hilbers and other teams throughout the OAA, what do you think Laker fans should be most excited about as they look forward to their football team in 2025?
Well, obviously Jamal Shakespeare is he is a gifted athlete. There's no doubt about that. I really think if you look at West Bloomfield, the strength of this team is going to probably be their athleticism. Their defensive secondary is very good. They got a very good. I mean, the only concern that I have West Bloomfield is the depth up front. Obviously, you know, you got some good linemen there, but if they get hurt, that could spell trouble. Also, you know, Jackson Carver. I mean, like, he's a quarterback that I think a lot of people need to know at West Bloomfield. I mean, like, I know last year he got hurt and didn't play his JV year, but he's back. I mean, he's going to be, when I put it this way for West Bloomfield, if Jamal Shakespeare has to play quarterback this year, that's a problem. And I'm not being mean to you, because West Bloomfield is almost eerily similar to North Farmington when you look at North Farmington and, you know, with Terrence James over there. So I really think if for West Bloomfield, for them, the key for them is staying healthy. And if they stay healthy, there's no doubt this is a playoff team. But I just think, you know, when you look at the division, it wouldn't surprise me that whoever gets out of that division is going to probably have at least 3 losses.
Coach Hilbert said it on your podcast. I was listening to it, and I just can't get it out of my brain. He talked about Jamal Shakespeare. You mentioned him as a quarterback, and he said, yeah, it's really tough to refer to him as just a quarterback. He can play so many different positions. So really good point that if Jamal's playing a lot of quarterback, there may be some things that are left on the table for Laker Nation. One more thing we're going to be seeing is outside of the division, really tough matchups for West Bloomfield. What's really interesting, close to home in our community, up the street, Bloomfield Hills, back on the schedule. They got a new coach, one of the all-time greats in southeastern Michigan, in Scott Merchant. How big is that going to be for one of the Lakers' opponents this season, the Blackhawks?
It is a big deal. What Scott brings to this league, obviously we know what he's done at Chip Valley. Obviously he was at UD Jesuit for a time, and then of course obviously at Lawrence Tech. But what Scott brings is he's going to bring accountability. He's going to bring results there. Now I don't know if it'll happen this year. Like when you look at Bloomfield Hills, considering the division they're in the blue, but I really think what Scott's going to do, and they got program strength, and that program strength's a big deal there. So it wouldn't be long, I think, until for the Battle of Bloomfield, it's going to be right back in the thick of it again. It will not be very long.
One of the great rivalries in southeastern Michigan, been a little bit dormant over the past decade or so, perhaps back on its way very soon. Sammy, before we let you go, I want to get your predictions for the Red. Here are what your predictions for your Lake Orion Dragons and, of course, for our Lakers.
When you look at it's hard to predict this division because, you look at last year with Oxford, they were projected to finish last. Then they went and win the division. So, I really can't really judge it right now. It's early, but, I really think, I want everybody to watch my previous show, and I'll give you my definitive answer there.
All right, you teased it. Where can people see it?
You can see it on the Orion Neighborhood Television YouTube page. We're going to have the preview shows coming up. I'm going to start working on them next week, and we're going to go from there.
Podcast's already up, each and every coach in the OAA Red and all throughout all divisions of the OAA. Almost every coach on the podcast. Sammy, thank you as always.
Thank you really much.
All throughout the season, you'll be able to hear all the updates, read all the updates on his blog as well. That's going to wrap things up from OAA Football Media Day. I'm Tyler Kieft. We'll take one final break and say goodbye on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.
A breath of fresh air would do you a world of good. Breathe in deep and let fresh renew your spirit in pure Michigan.
This is Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM. On cable and the radio. On the web too, and on social media. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Well, we hope you're amped up for football season. We certainly are. We've heard from all 22 teams in the Oakland Activities Association, including your West Bloomfield Lakers. Have a pretty good idea of what's coming up in just a couple of weeks when this season gets underway. In the meantime, plenty more Laker football coverage is always online on your home for Laker sports, civiccentertv.com. Follow us on social media at Civic Center TV 15 on Facebook and everywhere else at Civic Center TV. We'll put a QR code up on your screen so you can scan that and get access to each and every one of our social media. For our entire team at Civic Center TV, I'm Tyler Kieft, live from Rochester High School, thanking you for tuning in to a special edition of OAA Football Live on Civic Center TV and 89.3 Lakes FM.